Hello, everyone. All right, so today we're going to do chapter 4 review. So let's get started. We're on page 193 of your textbook. There are 9 showings of a film about endangered species at the Science Museum. A total of 459 people saw the film. The same number of people were at each showing. About how many people were at each showing? Select the numbers, the quotient is in between. So my original problem would be 459 divided by 9. So it wants an estimate, so I want to use the basic math facts, right? So 45 can be divided by 9. Okay, that would be the lowest I could have. And so the next multiple of 9 that would work is 54, so 540. So I know our answer has to be somewhere between these two dividends. So 45 divided by 5, or 45 tens divided by 9 is 50 tens. 5 times 9 is 45, so 50 tens. 50, I mean. 54 divided by 9 is 6 tens, so 60. So our answer is between 50 and 60. Between which two numbers is the quotient 87 divided by 5? Well, one multiple of 5 is 5. That would probably be the lowest one. And then the next one would be 10. So I believe our quotient should be between the dividends 50 divided by 5 and 100 divided by 5. So 5 divided by 5 would give me 10 tens. I'm sorry, 110. Okay. 5 times 10 is 50, not 10 tens. 5 times 10 is 50. And 5 times 2 is 10, so 20, 2 tens. So I believe our answer should be between 10 and 20. And it's probably going to be closer to 20, right? Because 100 is closer to 87 than 50 is. So I wanted to go back and review number 2. Because there could be an argument that the best answer would be quotient is between 15 and 20. So what I was doing when I solved this problem was I just found basic math facts, right? So I went 10 divided by 5, which gave me the 20. And I said, well, the first multiple of 5 is 5. But you could make an argument that 15 is a better estimate because 5 times 15 is 75, right? And 75 is closer to 87 than 50. So 15 and 20 is probably a more accurate answer. I was just basing my answer on basic math facts. So in looking back at it, I think I would go ahead and go with 15 and 20. Okay, number 3. Look at the model. What division does it show? So when we put these into groups, that shows me the dividend. So there's 3 groups, and I'm sharing the 3 into the 3 groups equally, these dots. So 6, 12, 18, 19. So it's 19 divided by 3. Okay, and then how many did we put into each of the groups equally? We put 6. And then there's 1 left over, so 6 remainder 1. Okay. So 19 is how many are we totally sharing? 3 is how many groups? And then if there's anything outside the groups, that means it's left over or a remainder. Okay, number 4. Tell yes or no whether the division sentence has a remainder. Well, okay, 4 times 7 equals 28. So, no, this does not have a remainder. 2 times something equals 35. That's not possible because, there has to be something left over because 2 will always have a multiple that's even. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 35 means there's going to have to be something left over. 40 divided by 9. Well, if I go 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, I went past 40 and I never said 40. So there has to be a remainder for that one as well. 5 times something equals 45. 9 equals 45. So no, there's not going to be a remainder there. Okay. Number 5. So a park guide plans the swan boat rides for 40 people. Each boat can carry 6 people at a time. What is the best way to interpret the remainder in this situation so that everyone gets a ride? So a boat rides for 40 people. Each boat can carry 6 people at a time. So 40 people want to ride the swan boats. It can only carry 6 people at a time. 6, so let's write it as 40 divided by 6. I can't share 4 tens evenly with 6 groups, so let's turn that into 41s. And I can put 6 into each group, or 6 boats. Let's leave me 4. So 6 people per boat, so that would take 6 boat rides, and I'd have 4 people that were left over. So what does that mean for us in this question? So do we go only 6 rides or 7 rides? We'd have to increase the quotient by 1 to include the last 4 people. Okay. If we don't have one more boat ride, then 4 people get left out. So that wouldn't work. Okay, so we got to have 7 rides. Number 6, Nolan divides his 88 toy cars into boxes. Each box holds 9 cars. How many boxes does Nolan need to store all of his cars? So this would be 88 divided by 9. And I can't share 8 equally with 9 groups, but I know that 9 times 9 is 81. That leaves me 7 left over. So 9 remainder 7. But it said all of his cars. So right now I have 9 boxes completely filled with 9 cars. Okay. So 9 boxes hold 9 cars. But what about these other 7? It says he wants to store all of his cars. So he's going to need one more box, 10 boxes. Number 7. A group of 140 tourists are going on a tour. The tour guide rents 15 vans. Each van holds 9 tourists. Write a division problem that can be used to find the number of vans needed to carry the tourists. Then solve. So we have 140 tourists divided by 15 vans. I can also do 140 divided by 9. Now, why can I do these two differently? Well, this one would tell me how many people would be in the vans. This one would tell me how many vans I need. Well, I think I want to use this one because it says he ordered 15 vans. So now let's do that. Let's do 140 divided by 9. I can't share 9 evenly with, I can't share 100 into 9 groups. So I'm going to regroup those as 10 tens plus the 4 tens I already had. 9 times 1 is 9. That will leave me 5 tens, which I cannot share evenly with the 9 groups. So I'm going to bring down the 0 ones that I already had. So I have 51s divided by 9. 9 times 6 is 54. So the closest I can get is 15. 5, I mean. 9 times 5 is 45. That leaves me a remainder of 5. 15. So 9 people can fit in 15 vans. But it leaves 5 people not in a van. I don't think our tourist guide ordered enough vans. What do we do with these 5 people that can't fit in to the 15 vans? Well, the remainder means five tourists didn't get in a van. How can you use your answer to determine if the tour guide rented enough vans? Oh, well, he didn't rent enough vans. So there are 5 tourists left over. He should have ordered 16 vans. All right. 3,200 divided by 8. Okay. There's a couple of ways of looking at this, right? This is a basic math fact. 8 and 3,200. 32 divided by 8 is a basic math fact. So 8 times 4 is 32. Subtract. I have no 10s left. Okay, 8 times 0 is 0. Bring down the 0 ones, so 0. 400. The other way we could have written that is 32 hundreds divided by 8. And 8 times 4 hundreds equals 3,200. So 4 hundredths. Number 9. Which quotients are equal to 300? And we need to mark all that are 300. So 12 divided by 4 is 300. 18 divided by 9 is 2 tens, so that's 20, so no. 8 times 3 is 24, so 3 hundredths would work. 7 times 3 hundredths is 2,100. 3 times 3 is 9, but that's 3 tens, so no, that's only 30. 3,000 divided by 3, that's 1,000. No. So it's those 3 problems. Number 10, Margot estimated 188 divided by 5 to be between 30 and 40. Which basic fact did she use to help her estimate? Mark all that, apply. Well, okay. So she's saying it's between 30 and 40. So she's basically saying 30 times 5, 150. And she's saying 40 times 5, 200. So what basic math facts is she using? 15 and 20. Okay. So what I did was I multiplied to find out the basic math fact. Okay. I took her quotient and multiplied by the divisor. Remember, when we multiply the divisor by the quotient, we get the dividend. Okay. Matthias and his brother divided 2,029 marbles equally. About how many marbles did each of them receive? 2,029 divided by 2. Well, 2,029 is closest to 2,000. 2 divided by 2, that's a basic math fact, 1. So 1,000. 1,000 marbles each. For 12, choose yes or no to show how to use the distributive property to break apart the dividend to find the quotient 132 divided by 6. 132 divided by 6. So would 12a be a good choice? I mean, 115 plus 17 is 132, and they're both being divided by 6. But that's not very easy. I really can't do that mentally. I'm going to say no. How about 100 divided by 6 plus 32 divided by 6? Well, 10 is not a multiple of 6. 32 isn't a multiple of 6. I'm going to say no for that one too. 90 and 42 is 132. 6 into 90. Does 6 go into 90? Let's see. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract, we get 3. Yeah, 15 times. And 42 divided by 6 is 7. So yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Wasn't the easiest one, but yeah. Okay. 72 divided by 6 and 60 divided by 6. Well, I know 60 divided by 6 is 10, so that's easy. And if 60, that's 12 more, 2 more 6s. Yeah, that works too. Okay, because 72 divided by 6 is 12, and 60 divided by 6 is 10. So we get a total of 22, which is what we got here too. Okay. All right, 13. There are 60 people waiting for a river raft ride. Each raft holds 15 people. 60 people. Each raft holds 15 people. Sylvia used the work below to find the number of rafts needed. Explain how Sylvia's work can be used to find the number of rafts needed. So 60 is our dividend. Those are the number of people that want to ride a river raft ride. The raft can hold 15 people. All right, so we're going to share the 60 people by groups of 15. And so I see that she subtracted 15, giving her 45. She subtracted 15, which left her 30. She subtracted 15, which gave her 15. She subtracted 15, which left no people. So explain how her work can be used to find the number of rafts. She subtracted 15 from 60 4 times. So 4 rafts are needed. Okay. So she used repeated subtraction as her method, and that's fine. That works great. Okay, 14. A traveling circus brings along everything it needs for a show in big trucks. The circus sets up chairs in rows with 9 seats in each row. How many rows will need to be set up if 513 people are expected to attend the show? All right, so how many rows? 513 people, 9 seats per row. All right, so I can't share 5 equally with 9 groups, so I'm going to regroup that as 51 tens. 51 tens would be 9 times 5, which is 45. Subtract, I'm left with 6. 6 tens I can't share equally with 9 groups, so I'm going to regroup those as 61s plus the 3 ones we already had. I know that 9 times 7 is 63, so that leaves me none. So 57 rows of seats. Can the rows be divided into a number of equal sections? Explain how you found your answer. Well, yes, they can. $57 times 9 equals exactly 513, and there was none left over. The circus horses eat about 250 pounds of horse food per week. About how many pounds of food does a circus horse eat each day? 250 pounds per week. How much food does a horse eat each day? So that's simple enough. 250 divided by 7 is our division problem. And then we had a key word here, about. Okay, so we're not going to do 250 divided by 7 because 25 is not a multiple of 7. So we can make a list of multiples of 7 if we're not certain. And all we do is count by 7s, right? 7, 14, 21, 28. Well, so I know the number has to be between 210 and 280 for the dividend. So 25 is closest to 28. So I'm going to use 280 divided by 7. Okay, so what did we do? We wanted to, because it says about, we chose an estimate, a basic fact that was closest to 25, which is 28. So we turned 250 into 280. Okay, I can't share 2 equally with 7 groups, but I can 28 tens. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract, I get 0 tens left. How many groups can I share 0 with? 0. All right, so there's about 40 pounds per day. So about 40 pounds per day. 250 is close to 280, and 280 divided by 7 is 40. 15. Hilda wants to save 825 digital photographs in an online album. Each folder of the album can save 6 photographs. She uses division to find out how many full folders she will have. In what place is the first digit of the quotient? In what place is the digit of the first quotient? Of the quotient, not of the first quotient, of the quotient. So we have 825 divided by 6. So I don't really need to solve this whole problem. I just need to decide where I'm going to place my digit in my quotient. Can I share 8 equally among 6 groups? Yeah, I can share at least one of those hundreds into 6 groups. So my answer, my first digit would have to be in the hundreds place. 16. Which model matches each expression? Write the letter in the box. All right, so don't make these hard, okay? 160 divided by 80. Well, that one starts at 150. That's not it. It could be this one. Can't be that one. It could be this one. Okay, so it's one of these two. 160 divided by 80. That means we're jumping back 80. Is 160 take away 120 80? No. 80 take away 80 0? Yes. So this one is A. Okay, now let's find the other 160 problem. It's C, right? 160 divided by 40. So this one has to be C. Okay, now we have 150 divided by 50, or 150 divided by 30. So what are they subtracting by here? 30, right? 30 take away 30 is 0. 60 take away 30 is 30. 90 take away 60 is 30. So this one is B, which means this one must be D. And yes, 150 take away 50 is 100. 100 take away 50 is 50. 50 take away 50 is 0. Okay, simple enough. 17. Popcorn was donated for the school fair by 3 different popcorn vendors. They donated a total of 636 bags of popcorn. Each vendor donated the same number of bags. How many bags of popcorn did each vendor donate? Okay. 636 bags were donated. 3 different vendors. 636 divide by 3. Can you share 6 among 3 groups? Yeah, 2 times, right? 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract, I'm left with no hundreds. I'm going to bring down my 3 tens. Can I share 3 tens with 3 groups? Sure, 1. 3 times 3 is 0. Bring down my 6. Can I share 6 with 3 groups? Yeah, we already did. So 3 times 2 is 6, leaving me 0. 212 bags. All right, use partial quotients to fill in the blanks. So we're going to divide 832 by 8. And they're starting with 8 times 100. That gave them 800. That left 32. Well, and 8 times 4 is 32. Subtract, we get 0. So what do we have to add? We go 100, because they multiplied 108 and 4 8s for a total of 104. Okay, 19. Zach needs to divide these base 10 blocks into 3 equal groups. Describe or draw or describe a model to show how many are in each group. Okay. So 3 equal groups. 1, 2, 3. Can I share the 10s? Sure. 1, 2, 3. I can't share this one remaining 10. So I'm going to take this 10 and I'm going to trade it for 10 ones. Or regroup it for 10 ones. Okay, so now we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 ones to share with 3 groups. 3 times 6 is 18. 6, 12, 18. 18 ones, so each group has 16. Okay. 16 and 16 is 32. 32 and 16 is 48. Is that what we started with? 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Yep. So that'll work. Jim needs to divide 750 coupon books equally among 9 stores. In which place is the first digit of the quotient? Choose the word that makes the sentence true. Okay, again, we don't need to solve the whole problem. We just need to decide where the first digit goes. Can I share 7 with 9 groups? No. So I'm going to regroup the 700 as 70 tens plus 5 more 10s that are already there. So 9 times 8 is 72. So it's in the tens place. 21. Ursula bought 9 dozen rolls of first aid tape for the health office. The rolls were divided into 4 boxes. How many rolls are in each box? Well, what do we need to do first? Well, we have 9 rolls of 12. Dozen is 12, 12 times 9. And then we're going to divide that into 4 groups equally. So 9 times 2 is 18. I'm going to regroup that as 110 and 8 ones. 9 times 110 is 9. Plus the regrouped is 108. Now let's share that with the 4 boxes. I can't share the 100 equally with 4, so I am going to go to 10 tens. Divide by 4 is 2. That leaves me 2 tens that I can't share with the 400 with the 4 groups. So I'm going to change that regroup that for 21 plus the 8 that we already had. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 take away 28 is 0. So we have 27 rolls in each box. Okay, I'm going to rewrite that division problem over here just so you can see the subtraction properly. Okay, so that's what I got here. I'm sorry about the 28 over here. All right, and 22. There are 112 seats in the school auditorium. There are 7 seats in each row. There are 70 people seated, filling up full rows of seats. How many rows are empty? There's 112 seats, 7 seats in each row. Well, first off, there's only 112 seats total. 70 people are sitting in those chairs right now. So how many available seats are there? 2 take away nothing is 2. I can't take 7 from 110, so I'm going to regroup the 100 as 0 hundreds and 10 tens, which now I have 11 tens. 11 take away 7 is 4. So we have 42 seats remaining. There's 7 seats in a row. Well, that's a basic math fact. 42 divided by 7. 7 times 6 equals 42. So there's 6 rows that are empty. Guys, that's it for chapter 4. So, practice these skills. Use your basic math facts. Repeatedly subtract if you need to. Break the numbers into smaller parts if you need to. You can do this. Our next lesson, we'll be starting chapter 5, which involves a discussion about factors, multiples, and patterns. So until then, may the numbers always be in your favor.